Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm doing. Say hi if you come on here. Say hi. Hey, say hi. And if you'd like to support me, when you watch somebody's live, I don't know. You can't do it now, anyways, because, I'm, I'm not up. YouTube don't have me doing all that right now, but I don't know if there's anything like Facebook. You can give stars on Instagram lives. You can send like little heart, like pay 99 cents, send a heart, pay $1.99, send two hearts, and it helps support the live. But I think, hold on, guys. I think there's something you can do for a YouTube live, but you have to be at that point, I'm not. So you can send stars on Facebook to help support this channel for now. Okay? Turn that on. Turn that off. Okay. So, any of my posts, any of my lives, you can send stars on Elizabeth Gibbs' page. Elizabeth's life, it only accepts it on the live or after I post the live, but not before. I mean, not on anything else. Okay? So if you want to go on my Elizabeth Gibbs page, find my last live, which I did yesterday. Because today I did Elizabeth's life. But if you want to go Elizabeth Gibbs, send it on there or whatever, you can. So somebody came on here for a second, then left off. I don't know. But say hi if you come on here. I am doing walking taco bake. Walking taco bake. Okay? You can find the recipe on my Facebook Cooks on Facebook. It's called Facebook Cooks. You can join the group. You can post your own recipes. You can search ones that are already posted. I ask, you don't have to, but I ask if once you cook it, take a picture and post it in the comments of the recipe you made, just so we can see what it looked like. Okay? And usually when I look up a recipe, I look under the magnifying glass and I find it, and then I comment dinner tonight. That way, people will know what I'm having for dinner tonight. Plus, it'll bump it back up to the top so you can find it when it's time for dinner. Okay? So, all right. So, I'm cooking 2 pounds of ground beef. 2 pounds. Okay? It's only 1 pound in the ingredients, but I'm doing 2 pounds. Okay? And the ground beef is almost done. It was going to be completely done before I came live, but it's okay because it's almost done. Yep, it's almost done. And as soon as it's done, I'm going to drain it, and then I'm going to put the taco seasoning. Yes, it requires taco seasoning. That is why I have this, because I use it a lot. Wow, it's way down here. Wait a minute, my taco seasoning wasn't that low. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I don't know what happened. I kind of remember it being up here. I don't know. So, but anyways, it's Ortega. You can use whatever. But if you only have packets, now it's usually 1 packet per pound. Okay? So, 1 packet if you're doing a pound. 2 packets if you're doing 2 pounds, and so on. Now, if you got like I have, it's 3 tablespoons per packet. So that would be 6 tablespoons for me tonight, or 6 teaspoons if you only have teaspoons, which would be 12 teaspoons if you're doing 2 packs. Okay. Okay. Sometimes I taste the ground beef and it's not enough taco flavor, so I add a little more taco seasoning. That's up on you. Now, it does say, you cook the beef with this ground beef or turkey. You can use ground turkey or anything like that. Over medium-high heat, which I always cook my ground beef on 8, which is medium-high. Of course, until it's no longer pink, you know. Drain the fat and add in the taco seasoning and water. So just follow the package on the taco seasoning or the back of this. It is, according to this, it is, and just same amount of, it's for tacos, but it's the same thing you would do for tacos.
My client is prepared to expose an online pedophile ring, okay? So tell Bob that it's not
Hold on.
himself in that glass and come into his job.
For 1 pound of ground beef, it's real little, so I'm trying to, hold on guys, it's real little. I think my glasses are going bad. 3/4 cup. Yes, 3/4 cup. I thought it was 2/3 at one point. I don't know. It says 3/4 cup. So that would be 1.5 if you double it. And then we're just gonna cook it down until liquid. Most of the liquid is. It says simmer on low heat for about 5 minutes, or until liquid is absorbed and the meat is thoroughly coated in seasoning. So putting that water in there, you know, mixing it up and then cooking it down until it's absorbed helps get the meat onto the ground beef. That's why I like it. Okay? So 5 minutes or until liquid is absorbed and meat is thoroughly coated in seasoning. Then we're going to go ahead and do the rest. You know, we're going to layer it into the pan. Now, here's the thing. All right, first of all, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. That's what it wants to be. Okay, so by the time I do the taco seasoning and all that, it'll be preheated. All right, 350. Okay. Now, it says an 8x8 pan. Okay, 8x8 pan. Now, I've got 2 of these, but I'm only using one. I was going to use 2, but I'm only using 1. It says use chili cheese corn chips, the Frito. The picture, if you look it up on Facebook Cooks, shows a picture of original Fritos. But in the recipe, it says chili cheese Fritos, but the picture shows original. And if you know, if you want to use original and not chili cheese, it's okay. But here we go. See, this bag is not real big. So, but I don't like Fritos. I don't like chili cheese Fritos. I don't like original. I don't like anything. So, I thought about it today because we went to the store. My husband sometimes gets a check a day early. I bought these. Now, the spicy nacho. I was going to get the regular Doritos, and sometimes I thought about the blue bag, but sometimes the red bag is just better when it comes to doing taco salad and all these kind of recipes. There is one recipe that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks. It's the red bag and the blue bag, and both are poured into a pan. So if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to do the family size. Remember when I made that Dorito nacho in a bag? I cut it open, and it was the family size. So I'm just going to do the regular size, but I'm doing that other recipe that has the red and blue bag. Okay? But I don't like spicy too much. A little bit I do. But I've had these before and they're not really spicy. You can barely taste it. It's like, why do they call it spicy nachos? It's not even spicy. So I don't know if I'm going to end up using that whole bag. What's going to happen here is, since I'm doing 2 separate bags, I was like, okay. And then 1 pound of ground beef was calling for the 8x8 pan. So I was like, I'm going to put it in the 9x13 pan since I'm doubling it. But then I was like, well, if I'm going to do separate chips, then I want it in two different 8x8 pans or 9x9 pans. Either one does. But I only have one 8x8, and it's the metal pan that you use to bake brownies in, or a small cake or something like that. In your bakeware, not a casserole, bakeware. So I was like, okay, maybe I can use my loaf pan for the other chips. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I use my loaf pan. Then I was like, I don't know, will that work? So then, a little before I started this, I decided I'm going to still use a 9x13, But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the Fritos in there, half the pan, and the Doritos on the other half of the pan, and then I'll put everything on top and layer it. But I just put the Fritos on one half and Doritos on the other, and I'll just eat from the Doritos side. Now, it did not say put anything when it was done. It just said remove pan and scoop them out desired on the plate. But I'm going to end up when I serve it onto my plate, I'm going to end up taking sour cream and squeezing it all over. I got the squeeze bottle. That's almost gone. I'll just have to just scoop some from my regular bottle. But I'm going to use that, and I'm going to have some diced tomatoes on top as well. That's what I want to do. Okay? All right, so it's done. I'm going to turn it down to 4, and I'm going to drain the meat and put it. But then I thought about this. Now you guys work with me and tell me what you think. Nobody's on here, so you tell me in the comments if you watch the replay. If you're watching this video and it's already been it's passed and it's already, you just found it on my channel. Comment below, would you add, because I thought about adding 1 can of corn and 1 can of black beans and 1 can of Rotel. Now, I have made something where I make 2 pounds of ground beef. I add a can or 2 of Rotel, can or 2 of corn, and you drain them because you don't want it all juicy, and a can of black beans. Now the black beans are rinsed, drained and rinsed with cold water so you can get all that. The liquid that's in the black bean can is kind of slimy, so you want to rinse it with cold water. Now, I mix it all up with taco sauce, with taco seasoning, of course. And then when it's done, there's 2 different things I do with it. Well, my son does this other thing. I will use it to take tortilla chips and just scoop it and eat it. It is so good. It is easy and fast. Just cook the ground beef, mix the corn, Rotel, and black beans, taco seasoning. Well, put the taco seasoning in first and cook down the water and then add the rest of the stuff. And then scoop it with chips. My son will put it in you can use biscuit or you can use crescent rolls, open it up and, you can, like crescent rolls, you can take the little triangle stick pieces apart and you'll need 2 rolls though. And you can make it into like a circle, but it looks like the sun. And then you can fill it around the edge near the middle. The middle is kind of open. So not near the pointy part of the crescent, but near the middle. Fill it up with ground beef mixture and then fold the crescent rolls over and tuck it under. I'm not sure what the temperature and time was, but you can do that. I've seen a recipe like that. Put it about 350 and then just cook it until the crescent rolls are done. Oh, and sprinkle some cheese on top before you fold over the crescent. Okay, my son likes to do that, but he'll just take some kind of dough or biscuit roll and he'll just put it in there and fold it, and you can make little individual pockets. Like take a biscuit, flatten it, put some meat in the middle, fold it over, take a fork and push it down. They can have fork marks and, close it up. Put it on your pan, bake it in the oven. 350 sounds good until it's done. So those are ideas you can do with that kind of mixture of meat, taco meat, and then corn, black beans, and Rotel. So I'm thinking of doing that. And usually if I put 2 pounds of ground beef, I'll put 2 cans of corn, 2 cans of black beans, 2 cans of Rotel. But I think that will be way too much now. So I'm only going to put 1 can of each. I came up with that idea. So I was thinking about it. So if you see this, would you do that? Would you put Rotel, corn, and black beans in your taco meat and then layer it with the Fritos or the Doritos, whatever chips, and then put the cheese and everything else it says, and then bake it? Or would you just go with what the recipe says, which is just the meat and the cheese? Let me know your thoughts. Would you just do the meat and the cheese, or would you add the corn, rotel, and black beans? Let me know in the comments what you would do. Oh, we're also gonna have a mixture of cheddar cheese soup. It's called cheddar cheese soup and milk. We're gonna heat it a little bit in the pan, and then you pour it over the meat. Now, for 1 pound of ground beef, it only asks for half a can. This is a can. It's 10.75. This is a can. Okay, it's about the size of like a Campbell's soup, like chicken noodle soup or something. Okay, only half the can, and then the milk, it says. But since I'm doubling it, it's going to be the full can and double the milk. Okay, it's going to be half a cup of milk. Okay, it's usually a fourth, but it's going to be half a cup of milk. Okay, so what I tell you is going to be the double. So I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 packets of taco seasoning or 6 tablespoons, a full can of cheddar cheese soup with half a cup of milk. It says 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, but I'm using 2 because I'm doubling it. 2 cups of mozzarella cheese shredded. Okay? And at the end, when it's done in the oven, I'm going to add some tomatoes, sour cream, and you can even add salsa, which I'm going to add some salsa on top too. Just because I feel like it. Do as you please. You can change it up. You know, whatever I say or whatever you find it, and you can change it up. Now, this, I know, not because this, but because, I don't know, some packets do say 2/3 cup of water on the taco seasoning. This one says 3/4, but in the directions it says 2/3 cup of water. So it says mix the taco seasoning and water. So you can bottle the water on the taco seasoning packet or on the back here, or you can just do the 2/3 cup water like it says in these directions, which is going to be 4/3 if I double it, which is 1 1/3. 1 1/3. Okay? So, I've been talking to you guys, so let me put the ground beef back in here. Okay? All right. So, usually I just grab a tablespoon for the taco seasoning, but this time I'm going to grab the actual. Okay? And we are going to, and I put it on 4. I'm just adding a little bit extra because I usually do. Okay? So, now I'm going to show you. I went to Dutch Bros. I don't know if anybody knows what Dutch Bros is. They have it all over here in San Antonio. I guess it's all over Texas. I don't know. Because they have been coming up in San Antonio. They weren't when I first moved here. But Dutch Bros. The little buildings. Kind of like, almost like Starbucks, but not quite. You don't get like everything. But I can get, this is a strawberry smoothie. My husband got an energy drink. But you can have it brewed or cold brewed or something. And then you got these Halloween drinks coming out. Fall drinks. And all these different mixture of drinks like you would buy at Starbucks, but I don't think they have like frappuccinos and mochas and stuff like that. But they got it. But they also sell, just like Starbucks, they sell the little puppuccinos. All right, babe. See you when you get here. My husband's walking home from Plasma. But Shannon, if you see this video, have you heard of the puppuccinos that you can get at Starbucks? You can get them here too. I bought my dog one because we borrowed my husband's mom's car, so we were able, instead of waiting on the bus and then the little cream they put in the cup to get all melted in the heat. And they put a little tiny milk bone. Like I got the large milk bones. I buy a huge box for my dog, but they put a little tiny baby milk bone in there with a whole bunch of cream and stuff. It's a special treat for a dog. It's in a small cup. Oh, my dog loves it. But this is a strawberry smoothie, and I put whipped cream on. I usually don't drink there, and I didn't like it until like a month or two ago or whatever it was. I saw the strawberry smoothie. I said, let me try this, and oh, it is the best. So that's what I'm doing. So now that this says 2/3 cup of water, I'm not going to do what that says. I'm going to do it so that, like I said, 4/3, and then you 4/3, so that's 1 1/3. 1 1/3. So let's go there. So there we go. Okay, just sorry if you hear my water. I'm waiting for it to get hot so I can rinse the strainer I use and rinse my sink from the grease that when I drain my ground beef. And I want to rinse the strainer. I just like to have it rinsed. I don't like having all that greasy ground beef left over in there. Okay, but I'm also doing that because I'm going to probably end up. That's where I strain black beans and rinse them with cold water. Before, in the past, and I got to get another one. I had a little red one. A little red one with the handle, it's small, so you can just strain some juice out of a can if you want, but I used to put my black beans in there and rinse it with cold water. But all I have is the one I use for my regular food. So I put the black beans in there and rinse it with cold water. Now it's not big as the one I used to have. See, it's like a medium-sized one. My husband's mom got it work, so it works. Okay, but the one I used to have was bigger than this. But this works so far. So far, all the food that I've been straining on there, all the pasta, all the everything, has fit in there, so we're good. Just trying to wipe off some taco powder that I got on the stove, okay? Alrighty. So it says let this cook for about 5 minutes. Or until the liquid is absorbed and the meat is thoroughly coated in seasoning. And yes, babe, we forgot the foil pan. So I only have one 8x8, so what would I put the second one in? Because I'm using 2 different kind of chips. So I don't know. I thought about a loaf pan, but that sounds kind of weird. Then my thought was I'm going to just use the 9x13 like I was at first when I thought I was going to use 2 bags. And I'll just put the Fritos on half of it, Doritos on the other half, and I'll eat from one side. Okay, now it's just cheese and ground beef and the cheddar soup with milk. But myself, I've decided I'm going to add a can of Rotel, black beans, and corn. How does that sound? Good idea? My husband likes that idea. Okay, guys? Yeah, my husband likes that idea. So while I'm waiting, I'm not timing it. I'm just waiting till the liquid is absorbed. And it says simmer on low for about 5 minutes or so. Liquid is absorbed. But I don't know how liquid's gonna get absorbed because it ain't doing much on 4. It's just low. So I'm going to turn it to 5, which is medium. Okay? And I'm gonna get out a can of black beans. I like to use Goya. That's my favorite. It's the only black beans I'll eat. I forgot the brand of the Bush's baked beans. I love Bush's baked beans. Bush's is the best for baked beans. But I know Bush's does black beans. I just don't. Okay, and I'm gonna do 1 can of corn. I do Libby's is cheaper than Del Monte. To be honest, it's about $1 cheaper. It's like 98 cents, and Del Monte is like $1.50 or something. But Libby's is a good brand. You know that. Libby's does a lot of the canned vegetables. And it's whole kernel. I love Libby's. All right, so. Are you still got it logged on here?
What?
To my live? Okay. I was just checking if that one person I saw was him. So it is.
How hard would it be for someone to hack into his system remotely?
Okay.
So,
I did get a second can of cheddar soup. I don't know why. Because it's only half can, but it's going to be a full can since I'm doubling it. But I'll have it for next time or something. I don't know what else you would use cheddar soup for. But, Rotel, diced tomatoes and chilies. And I'm going to still add diced tomatoes on top. Okay? I got the original. They do have mild. I do not know what the difference is between mild and original. They're both mild, so. But, you know, I'll pick up the original or I'll pick up mild. I don't care. You know, and if you know anything about Rotel, you know they got spicy. The Rotel that's spicy too. So you could use whatever. Whatever brand of Goya beans and whatever brand of corn, whatever you want. Okay? Because these 3 items are not normally added in here anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and open these. Open my Rotel. So I'm going to get it well mixed into the ground beef and just let it warm for a few minutes, but it'll get warmed in the oven. But I'm going to let it warm in the pan because it's only going to go in the oven for 12 to 14 minutes. So
We have enough evidence.
it's not going to have like a lot of chunks. I'm going to warm it in the pan a little bit first. I don't know why I hold the can I put it down, it's electric and it goes by itself.
That's too right, but
Okay.
we need to stay with each other.
So let's
Not without your presence. You're not the host.
find corn is strange.
You would never do anything to hurt Jordan or Lee.
Alright guys, corn is good in the can.
Be aware of.
Right?
What if, God forbid, there was something that your children wanted to
The
tell
bullet?
you?
It's a pull top for the black beans.
If it was, they wouldn't say they tried to. So let us do our jobs. I need to be sure.
I put it in my strainer. I'm going to rinse it with cold water.
And so do you.
Because, you know, it's kind of, I don't know how to use the word, but it's kind of waxy, is what I'm trying to say. The black beans are kind of waxy. The juice is in there. So just give it a good rinse, black beans. All right, so let me. And the reason why I drain everything is, you know how you eat some soups and some recipes they'll say, do not drain, just pour all the stuff in there. But here you do because you don't want liquidy. You don't want runny, liquidy ground beef because you don't want soggy chips. All right, so I put it to medium and it's kind of, the little sauce is kind of boiling up in there and it's almost gone. So Give it a few more minutes. Okay, let me get my pan out. Get that ready. See, it was originally calling for something like this. But if I wanted to do the chips separate, I would have two of those and I don't. So I was going to use this because I was doubling it, but I'll just half chips and, you know? Okay? So now I'm going to do the ground beef. The ground beef. The cheddar soup and milk. Okay? Never seen cheddar soup, but kind of what it looks like. So, and if you're coming on here, do you have any other ideas what you would use cheddar soup for?
I wish she didn't have to work so much. But don't tell her. What about Hank? Still in there, isn't he? What's he saying? Pepper, you know I can't tell you that.
I was just seeing.
Professional and personal.
Kind of weird, but it's okay. I just want to scrape out what's left in there because I would like to use it all. Waste not, want not.
So, Chairman Pro, let's confirm the discussion with my client. We decided not to continue with this conversation. This isn't just go away. You start talking, I have to leave. There's no need to rush to that. You know how the press will react. How much your client views.
Okay. So that's in there.
If this gets proven and there's nothing quiet about a charge like this, you know that's what it is.
Let me measure the milk. I'll have to get more milk soon. So let's see. I don't know why I was looking around like I couldn't find my phone. So, fourth of a cup of milk, so it'll be half a cup.
People request that we set at 50,000. There's also the possibility of federal charges, Your Honor. The client has no record. He was a successful political consultant and a career change in public
Okay.
service. We request
Half a cup of milk. All right, I was about to turn the ground beef off because it looks like it's thickened up, but now I'm going to add the other stuff there and I want to warm them up, okay? So,
And refrain from any and all computer and cell phone usage.
it says, layer chili cheese Fritos on the bottom of an 8x8, but we're going to do a 9x13, do half and half. Place, if you like some other chips that'll work well, I guess you could. Place seasoned meat on top of Fritos in a saucepan. Heat cheddar cheese soup and milk over low heat. Once warm, pour cheese mixture over top of meat. So I'm gonna pour the milk and cheese mixture. So let me mix all the cheese and the. Is that milk incorporated with the cheese soup? Okay, you want to get it warm, I guess, so it's pourable. So let's get the Rotel in there, the corn, and then the black beans. Now, if you have 2 pounds of ground beef, like I said, if I'm doing the recipe where I scoop this mixture up with tortilla chips just to eat them like this,
Asthma isn't free.
I'll bring,
It's the moment when you realize that good day is about to become a bad one.
I'll bring this to
I
you.
remember that the world is so much bigger than that.
See? Usually I might put 2 cans of corn, 2 cans of black beans, and 2 cans of Rotel for the chip thing. Or 1 or 2 if you're doing the thing where you put the mixture in the dough and fold it over and bake it in the oven. But out here I don't want that much. It's a lot. Okay, so you're gonna put this mixture on top of the chips, and then you're gonna pour the cheddar cheese and milk mixture over top of that. And then you're gonna sprinkle mozzarella cheese evenly, shredded mozzarella, evenly over the cheese. And place in a preheated oven, 350, which has been preheated, for about 12 to 14 minutes, okay? So, it's 1 cup of mozzarella, but I'm gonna be doing 2 because, like I said, I doubled it. And I think I got the 8-ounce bag, which is 2 cups anyways. But you don't have to measure it. I know one of my big scoops from my hand is 1 cup. But you don't really have to measure it anyway. You can just, like what I always do, I just take some, sprinkle it across, sprinkle it until I have it sprinkled evenly over the top. But I don't measure 2 cups and then start sprinkling in. To make sure I don't go above 2. You can add more mozzarella if you want. You can add less mozzarella if you want. And you can add a whole different cheese if you want. It says mozzarella. Being this is a taco, I never even tasted it to see if it was.
It's not their fault. They could have agitation and Alzheimer's.
It's okay. Could have used a little more. Let me see. It's too late now, probably, but I'm gonna sprinkle some more anyway. Could use a little more. Being it's a taco, walking taco bake, you would think you would add like Mexican cheese or something like that. So my plan here, put out the mozzarella. It's a 16-ounce, so it's 4 cups, so we're not going to use it all. My plan. And we have some mozzarella and Parmesan left. No, I'm not going to do that. In the mixture with the mozzarella cheese, I'm going to add some Mexican cheese. I like to use it in a lot of my taco recipes. So, you can definitely do that. Add more than 1 cheese. You can definitely keep away the mozzarella and add a whole only Mexican. You can do what you want. Okay? Now, I'm thinking these pans, they're not new, but they're not used a whole lot. So all the pans except for my muffin pan, they don't have scratches. My muffin pan, if you'd like to know, just got scratches like a week or 2. What happened was when I made the corn muffins, I was trying to scrape around the edge of the corn muffin to get them out, and I was using a butter knife to scrape underneath the muffin to get it out because the bottom always got stuck in there. And then when I got the muffin out and the bottom was a little bit stuck in there, I would scrape at it, get it off, which it wasn't really stuck. It came off pretty easy. It made scratches on every muffin thing. So now I'm kind of upset about that, but there's nothing I can do. Okay, so I'm just warming this up. The stuff I put in there. Okay, started to bubble a little bit. Oh, it's hot. I just wanted it warm. Okay. I was eating Sour cream and onion. Put over here. Now, when we put it in the oven, I'm going to, while it's cooking, I'm still talking to you guys, but I'm cutting up the tomato. I bought one big tomato. I'm gonna cut up the tomato because I want to sprinkle some tomato on top. It doesn't call for it. It doesn't even call for the sour cream or the salsa, but I want to add that on mine. So that's all up to you. And it doesn't. Some recipes might say, here's some additional toppings you can add, but they're optional. That doesn't say that, but those kind of things sound like you could do that. Okay, so get the chili. The whole thing sounds good, but I don't know.
I was never in a room with a child. I don't know anyone who has. I'm a parent. For God's sake.
Actually, you know what? Why did I put some back? Because if I put too much on top of each other, then some of the chips don't get covered. So what I'm going to do is flatten it, like I'm going to make a layer. It doesn't say do layers. Just watch. Okay? Just watch. That pan is heavy. The pan is heavy, babe. So, then I'm going to add a little bit of this cheese. I'm supposed to just pour it all over, but you watch.
Thanks. I heard about the Abraham thing. That's a tough one. I'm sorry I wasn't there to support. You missed us. Yeah, that's what my dad said.
Okay, so sometimes if you got a thick layer you want, like it's piled too high, the chips won't get it. So I'm just doing this. So I'm just doing half of the pan now. Oh, I should have added the cheese. Shredded cheese on this one too. I didn't. Okay. So that's it.
I'm just not sure that's what I want to do. You know,
Just a little bit left.
I like to-
Just a little bit left. Okay.
Then you have a decision to make. Just another,
All right, I'm gonna turn it off.
it's your decision.
I don't want the chips to kind of fall down until I put the other ones on there. But this is heavy.
He's not gonna say that.
Come on, baby.
Thank you for meeting.
That was heavy. All right, so it's like a mountain here.
People I can talk to.
It's okay. Alrighty.
So. It's my kids. Selfish, right? No, it's probably best that they're out of town right now. Leah's back to living with them.
So far, let's see. Oh, sorry, I can't see. Bring it over. Can you see that? Okay, that's half. Now, let's do these.
Google spent the rest of their lives. Father is a pedophile. I'm so sorry. My mother, she's blaming me. She wants us back to do this Peppa.
Okay, now it looks like if we have extra ground beef left,
Half diet.
I can do an extra one in the 8x8 pan.
Compartmentalizing.
Okay, so there we go. Let's add a little bit of this cheese, soup and milk mixture.
I didn't know you were sick. No radar went off.
So kind of what was supposed to happen originally would have been, whether it was this pan or the 8x8, you were just supposed to put the chips, the corn chips all across the bottom,
Sounds like Pippin's starting to set this is really happening.
dump the ground beef, spread it out all the top, put the cheese sauce all across the top, sprinkle the cheese.
Somehow get away with it. Refuses to go to the registry. If I can't get him to keep, the feds are gonna take over.
How many people?
Sprinkle the cheese and then that's it. Okay, but I'm doing like, and it's only one layer. Just put the cheese at the bottom, put the ground beef all across the top, sprinkle the, pour the, cheese sauce all over top of the ground beef,
Yeah, it's coming.
and then, you know, spread the shredded cheese, the mozzarella or whatever cheese you use. That's it,
Thank you.
What?
nothing else.
Thank you.
But I kind of double layered it, so hopefully it might take a little longer than 12 to 40 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't. But let's see. Let's get some ground beef on here.
This is the Premier League on NBC and Peacock.
Ooh, that hurts the wrist. That's a heavy pan with that stuff in it.
Who do you even play for?
T-Mobile, I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals exactly with free device contract. No, T-Mobile, they have plans to make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan to let you upgrade one every year. Thanks, now that was it. Do the same.
Okay,
Excellent.
getting the last of the cheese sauce out of here. Okay, spread it around.
President, but you're still masking your depression. You could be experiencing a partial response to your antacid. Partial response happens when
Okay.
antidepressants alone isn't enough. Let's try 91 cells.
That's it. Now I'm gonna sprinkle the cheese on there. I did not do it on the first side because I wanted to just do the whole thing. Call for 2 cups, but I'm gonna try to do just a quick. That's it. Why is that it? Because we're gonna add some Mexican cheese. Then we have extra mozzarella, which we don't usually use a lot of it, except for recipes, but cheddar cheese and Mexican cheese are the 2 cheeses we keep stocked in the home. Because we use it for everything. If we have spaghetti, sometimes we use Parmesan on top of our spaghetti. Sometimes we'll sprinkle some Mexican or cheddar cheese right on top of our spaghetti. We're different. Hey, we're different people. Yes, we are. And the Mexican cheese has Monterey Jack cheddar, Sodero, and queso quesadilla cheese blend. Okay, it's just a little bit left. I don't want to overpour it, but I have a whole bunch more. I have another bag, big bag. Okay, so that's all taken care of, but hopefully it might take a little longer. We'll see. So let's go. Put this in the oven.
We have the latest technology for these vehicles. And we do more replacements
Okay.
and calibrations than anyone.
I'm gonna go with 14 minutes. It says 12 to 14, but it's double layered, so. All right, so let me make sure. Okay, that's it. So, And I was itching people. Now I have no more cheddar cheese soup, but I do have this ground beef right here. So, let me show you. We usually do this with tortilla chips,
How's he doing?
but I already got the Doritos open. We would scoop it up.
I found her for that. Oh, almost like I'll be friends with her or something. But you can't see.
Mm.
You did? You saved his life.
One more, because you know that is really good. Well, usually we use tortilla chips. Okay? But
No. Don't tell your husband that's what it is.
that is good. Okay? But, yes, the chips do have a little spice to them, but the spicy nachos are not all that spicy. Alrighty. So,
That's what 6 months at most. In this case, well, Abraham's probably looking at a hard time.
alright, so I'm thinking that was a 9x13. Maybe a 9x13 was a little bigger, but I didn't have anything else, so that's what we use. And I don't have the cheese.
I appreciate that. Up and now,
Sauce.
I want to say it.
Because I thought about doing another pan, 8x8 with the rest of the ground beef and the chips. But then, yeah, you can say leftovers, but the chips get soggy, so. But when we had the nacho in the bag thing, my husband did take some to work. I forgot to ask him how did it taste, but the chips were right, so. Just rinsing some stuff. Okay? Just rinsing some stuff.
Cooperation with our ongoing investigation.
Okay? It says to scoop some from the pan and put it on your plate. Now, if it was like Doritos, did I use, sorry, I got my eye just started watering. If it's Doritos that I use on my side, I could just pick one up and pick the stuff up with it and eat it. Just like we did with the Dorito nachos in a bag, but I'm gonna put it in a plate. But the burritos, you can't, 'cause they're so small, they're small. So you know. Alrighty, so while I'm waiting on that, oh, I forgot, I rinsed everything, but I didn't rinse. I forgot I want to rinse the cheese sauce pan. Yeah. So I was gonna wash dishes, but I gotta cut some tomatoes, so. This is not a super lot, so. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna cut up the tomato.
here to check on me.
I heard about this opening for a pediatric nurse.
You took the job at Madden.
Alrighty.
Well, that's it. No eggs. That's awesome.
Cindy got it in her head that we should try Ethiopian last night. Expand our horizons, she says. She expanded something, all right? Something inside my gut.
Keep an eye on that. Indigestion's one of the first signs of heart failure.
Relax, Dr. Oz.
Okay. Dawson, all right. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, because I cut out the top.
No.
Okay. Okay, cut the bottom.
It's a turf war.
Now I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it's because tomato salt. It's not bad salt, but it's real. Or it's not.
What?
Oh, nice. Babe. I hope I'm doing this right.
And you're seeing
I'm trying to use a knife sharpener.
Oh, it was a good surprise.
Let's see.
Yeah, she's good for you, Kelly.
Well, a lot better.
I'm rooting for this.
A lot better.
Whatever. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm rooting for it.
Good?
Yeah.
Got a job for you when you're done.
All right.
I need full inventory of the rig. First watch make an estimate.
Lieutenant. So, is he going?
So, get this done.
You want an aim station at quarters, hearing gunshots, block or 2 south of here.
We get some of the cheated stuff in the middle. Because
What else do you need? I need you to shut the hell up for a minute. We're phone and creeping, bro. We got you out here. We got problems. Let me use my radio. Yeah.
I used to pre-run his dishes because my old detergent didn't actually get him.
it's like this doesn't want to cut. I think this knife don't want to cut right. Maybe because it's not in sharpening right. I don't know. Who cares? It's working. Oh no. Alrighty.
All day Wednesday.
Alrighty.
On Ion.
What the hell is this? So nice, move. Let me see your hands. Whole team, this ain't no career. This is Firehouse, man. What the heck do you think you're doing?
Almost done.
You better put yourself in check. I don't want to hear another word out of you. Everybody say, come on. You the boss man? I am. I'm sorry, are you the boss man? No trouble. Just a place to lay low for a minute. You show respect, we show respect, and we slide out. Snatch them sales and radios. Let's go. Let's see it. Okay.
Alrighty.
Who needs help? What do we do?
Almost done.
That's what we do.
Listen, I'm trained as a paramedic. All I need is some medical supplies from the locker room and a bug to burn. Yeah. All right.
Hold up. Hey. Keep a dead eye on that. He starts acting shit, you deal with it.
Alright. All done.
Yeah. Yes. Go.
Alrighty, so let's see.
Now I need to move all you people to a place I can post up on.
Got about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. talk to me, guys. Let's see if anybody's on here. Nope, nobody's on here. So I know it was a little late that I put heads up that I was going live, but I think I put it like after my live today, which was closer to 2 o'clock because I lost track of time because I was in the HEB grocery store. So, and I went live for about 20 or 25 minutes or 20 minutes. So it was probably closer to 2:30, but that's still good, plenty of time. But yeah. So now,
Let's not have any surprises. Okay.
sorry guys, I keep feeling like I'm gonna sneeze. Now we have 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Just gonna catch up with a friend.
Thank you.
We can reach our radios. We can work to our.
I knew it.
cameras in the field.
Told you guys, it felt like I was going to sneeze.
Return to quarters just until you've gone.
So I quickly grabbed a paper towel and into that. Okay?
That ain't gonna happen. Just grab what you need and let's go.
So 2 minutes, 15 seconds. So who's gonna join me? Who's gonna join me to see the outcome? Come see the outcome. So you can see my. Oops. Did you eat both the Cheez-Its and the chips? We had 2 little snackies left. But anyways, yeah, that was my mop. I mopped this morning because I guess it rained today. This morning or something. And I didn't even know my husband took my dog out. Took the dog out until he came back and he needed my help because there was dirt all over the floor from her paws and he was trying to clean her. We clean her paws sometimes with baby wipes. That started out when she had an infection on one of her paws and they told us to clean it every time we took her for a walk and came back in. So we cleaned all 4 paws. So whatever was irritating her paw wouldn't irritate it. Plus, while it was infected, we didn't want anything to irritate it any more than it already was. But she was taking medicine too. She was taking an antibiotic. But anyways, so we got a bunch of baby wipes. And now we don't really use it that much anymore. And this was like beginning of this year or something, I guess. But now we just keep them on hand, like when it rains and she goes outside, and if she happens to step in mud or she steps in something that, I don't know, we just come in here and we wipe all 4 of it. Sometimes she cooperates with me. Sometimes she fights me. 30 seconds, guys. Sometimes she cooperates with me. Sometimes she doesn't. And sometimes it only takes one wipe to clean 1 paw. But sometimes it takes 2 or 3, depending how bad it was. This morning it was pretty bad, so I took a bunch. But we still have like one pack left of wipes. So when that gets low, we buy more because I want to make sure I keep some on hand just in case, especially on the rainy days, because we try to keep her out of the muddiest areas on the grass, but she'll still get stuff on her paws. All right, it's done. And luckily we're all floor, so once we clean up her paws, we just sweep up, and then if we need to, we'll mop. So. All right. So, let's see. I'm going to kind of do a taste test. I usually do it but I want to make sure the chip is even hot.
Who's out there? I'm gas bitches who want us dead. But you got caught up. There is still time to be a leader for your crew there. Y'all niggas can step out. But I say something funny. What do you think this is? The Marines?
I'm supposed to wipe my hand. On the towel hanging on my stove, which is white. Not. That's just for this. All right. That's good. Now, bring it over here and show it to you. See the cheese on top? That's the corn chips over on this side. The spicy Doritos are over here. Okay? I will put it on a plate. And then I'll top it with the sour cream salsa and tomatoes. Okay? But I will definitely have to ask my husband what he wants on top of his. That's all the stuff I'm going to put on top of mine. But let's see. Take a picture.
So other than me, there was one hostage situation here.
All right, take a picture, and then I'll take another picture of it on the plate itself. That was just the whole pan. Okay? Okay, so.
He said he saw Xavier's car back on the block. So he said, if he could say he saw him, he saw him. He's straight.
I was gonna just use that spoon I had in this, but I think it would be better just to scoop it up with this. It's like having one of those, like the Fritos or the thing in the Dorito bag, and then you have the meat and the cheese and all that good stuff inside the bag. I'm just gonna put a little scoop of the Doritos on here for my husband. He likes them too. Yes, he does.
That's backed by ABC's 24/7 month.
You want some tomatoes? All right, he said yes to the tomatoes. Let me get a spoon. I was gonna just pick it up with my hands. My hands are clean, but I don't want all that tomatoes and stuff. Sour cream? Salsa? Alright, he wants it all. He wants it all. Sorry, guys. It was a Christian song. He wants it all. I still have some of this left. This is best for tacos and when you want to get it everywhere like this. So let's see, make sure. Hope we have it. You can get it everywhere. All right. Chicken chunky, this is the HEB brand. Put a little bit. Get it over. Okay. Now let's do it. Well, I would say let's do a thumbnail. But I do that in a pre-recorded. I don't need to do a thumbnail and live. But let me show you guys. Let's bring this down. I don't want to tilt the plate. See it? Got the tomatoes and it's got sour cream and it's got salsa. Okay? Try and bring that back up. Okay. So, I already tasted it for you, but let me get a chip. That's really good. And if you don't like chili cheese Fritos, you can use the original. The picture on Facebook Cook shows the original, but in the recipe it calls for chili cheese. So it's based on that. Or you can use Doritos, the red bag, the blue bag. And I guess you could use other ones, but you're going to bake this in the oven, so the chips are going to. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end this the way I end all my lives since I'm all done. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for watching, even if it's just a replay. I love you guys. Stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video, whether it's pre-recorded or live. Tomorrow I will be going live on Elizabeth Gibbs' page at 1 o'clock on Facebook. So if I'm going live on Elizabeth Gibbs, that means that I'll be going live on Instagram as well. That's AngelBabyGirl77 and Elizabeth Gibbs on Facebook. Okay? And if you're not following me, subscribe to me on here. Please do subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And please subscribe. And when you subscribe, check the all so you'll get notified of all uploaded videos or all lives. All right? I will talk to you guys later. And see you in the next video. Bye.
Good. Stay close. We'll need it. And you.